Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So we are continuing from where we left off. So right now in this solo raid we have 2 more days left, and this is I think the pips of the second last day. And so yeah, I think I am going to get another key before this season ends, because in today's fight I will be able to reach the last tier, and then the next day after this video, which will be the last day of this season, I will be able to kill Darkseid and get the 5th key. So yeah, basically I will have 5 keys before entering the next season, and then let's see what artifacts we can get in the next season. Okay, so that is the update basically. And right now for today's video we have our 7 one-shots team to just trying to do as much as progress as possible before this solo raid goes away. That was the point basically. So first up we have King with Farron Knife, Raven with passive stats, Power Girl with passive stats. Again the usual gameplay only, nothing different. We are basically going to build Farron Knife stacks with King. Then we are going to switch to Raven, build the Darkness stacks, and then we deal damage with King. That is the idea. So yeah, we have gotten the Farron Knife stacks. Then we do the super move. Then we switch to Raven. 5 Darkness stacks will need. So right now my Raven gives I think 550% of incoming damage, I guess, for 5 stacks of Darkness. I think the max is 600. I think you get that at a higher star rating for Raven, which I don't have right now. But it doesn't really matter. I mean 550% of incoming damage is more than enough, But just a thing, I would love to have a Raven at higher star rating. And I think the duration will also increase with that. I'm not sure. Maybe I think the duration of Darkness will also increase a little bit with the star rating. I don't think it will increase by a lot, but again, an increase is an increase, So yeah. Anyways, let's move to the next fight. Next we have Horrific Scarecrow. He doesn't really do much. I think the only thing he does that he deals more damage. I think he has some extra crit chance and extra crit damage, something like that. So we are using EPI and Zatanna team. The reason is that simply because he is one of the few bosses who is not immune to stun and freeze actually in this solo raid, which is a thing I have talked about a lot, I guess, in this solo raid, because almost every boss is immune to stun and freeze, and it is just annoying. Every single boss I see, it's like they are just immune to stun, freeze, and attack disable. That is the thing with this solo raid. Most of the bosses are just immune to stun and freeze, and Scarecrow here is not immune to stun and freeze. So yeah, we have a chance to use the EPI team against this man. One of the rare bosses who is not immune to stun and freeze for this solo raid at least. So yeah, for today puppet activation with Zatanna was not very bad. It was quite good. I mean, when you get free third special as a free special, that's a great thing, because it also applies burn on the opponent, so that's an extra negative effect, and that helps you just activate puppet quickly. That is the thing. Yeah, and then he's dead in a single tag in. Yeah, let's move to the next fight then. So again, today we will be having 7 one-shots with our regular 7 teams. So Joker. So for Joker I have Superman Grodd Flash reserved, because I have used him against Joker in the last time I faced him also, because that is the best counter, because the hazard, once you kill the inmates, Arkham inmates, they basically spawn a hazard which will remove positive effects on you. And the best thing is Superman, because he becomes unhittable, and once you are unhittable, nothing is going to affect you, not even any hazard. So that's the deal with him. That's the reason we are going to use Superman here. So here I made a little bit of a mistake. I killed the clone with the special 3 of Superman. The problem is he the thing is like he did not become unhittable because of that. So I think what happened is the enemy isn't supposed to be dead, like the enemy is not supposed to die on the special 3 for Superman to become unhittable. I guess it's something like that, but it's fine. I mean, we recovered pretty quickly. And another advantage that Superman has is that he can heal himself. So even though you take a little bit of a damage initially, you are going to eventually heal. So that is also not a problem for us. Another thing, in this fight I did not activate the classic Flash damage buff because it's not required at all. Like Superman with Fire and Knife is so strong that we don't require the damage buff from Flash here. The only thing that Flash is doing for us is he's giving us an extra fast attack hit, and he is also giving us 100% fast attack chance. That is the sole reason we have Flash here, not really using his damage buff. So as you can see, even without the damage buff, we have killed him pretty quickly. The damage is great. So yeah, Joker is out of the way. Yeah, then let's take a look at the rewards then. Yeah, again, they are not going to be very great, but it's what do you say, it's something that we follow, we do it every time, so why not? Yeah, Harley, unhinged Harley. Yeah, she's quite useless. Anyways, moving to the final tier. So we have some good bosses here in this one, especially Manta and Joker, but first we are going to fight Dark Supergirl. So I don't think she does anything difficult as such. So the only thing I find annoying with her is her special one, she uses her heat vision to damage you. So that is quite annoying because its animation is long. It also does a lot of damage. So ideally, the thing with Mortal Kombat team is like, we will have the opponent power drained for the most part. So she won't be able to do any specials. That's the idea. That's the reason we are using Mortal Kombat team. And for support, I am going with Justice League Flash now because like normally I would use Justice League Flash with DC Universe Superman and Killer Frost. That's where I use him. But now we don't really need him there because we already used classic Flash with Superman, so we don't really need JL Flash. So that's the reason we are using him here with Mortal Kombat team, because he will help you power drain quickly, and which is a good thing for this fight because her Supergirl's special one is annoying. So you would want to power drain her as quickly as possible, and Justice League Flash is just going to help you with that. That's the deal here, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but anyways, yeah. So the damage is pretty good, not bad. Like I think 24 million. Oh sorry, I said a wrong value. I think it's 18 million only, not 24 million. I confused it with the Batwoman the drowned dot value, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, so 18 to 19 million is the range. Super move we don't really do with this team here because like it's not a big increase. I think in the last video I did try doing that. I did super move with Scorpion to see how much the dot damage increases, and I think it increases by just like 500,000 or a million, in that range. It increased in that range only. So I think that's not a big increase for us here. It doesn't really matter, so that increase is not going to be that helpful, I guess. So that's the reason I'm just not going to do it at all. We don't really need to do the super move here. The damage is more than enough, and the increase after doing super move is not at all great. So that's the reason we are not going with it. So yeah, anyways, that was a good fight. Let's move to the next one. So next I think we are going to fight Manta. Okay, so with Black Manta now we are going to use Supergirl and Dr. Fate. So yeah, one thing I made a mistake the last time I fought against him, that I used Fire and Knife on Supergirl to deal damage, and I had totally forgotten that she can also spam specials and deal damage with Puppet. The advantage of using puppet is that he will be blinded for the most part, so the only thing you need to take care of is the super move, and she is strong enough to tank his super move, and we have passive stats on Dr. Fate. So that is something I should have done the last time I faced him, but it's fine. So this time we are going to use puppet, and now it's going to be even safer for us because he will be blinded, so that is the advantage we will be having now. So yeah, and for support I use Dr. Fate because he will help you activate puppet quickly, and also he will be holding the passive stats for us because we need them, because like we are using puppet on Supergirl, so we do need passive stats. Yeah, so yeah, once puppet is activated, then again the usual gameplay. We spam special 2s to stack the bash up to 150, and once we have that, we will be using special 3 to blow up the damage. So that is the gameplay that we will be following. Now one more thing. There is a bug with Supergirl. I encountered it some time ago, and I think I did mention it in one of my videos. The thing is, sometimes when you do the special 3, it just does not deal any damage. The damage doesn't register or something. I don't know what happens, but you just lose all the bash stacks and you deal no damage. So that is something that has happened with me previously, and that did happen in today's fight too. I have no idea how it happens or what's the reason behind it or whatever, but I have encountered it, and it is a problem actually. And like I'm talking about it because I did encounter it today, as you can see. Okay, so yeah, first 2 special 3s they did damage, that is fine, no problems there. Towards the end of the fight I encountered it. I'll talk about it once that comes. But yeah, till then, this is what we are going to do, spamming special 2s to build bash. Once we get 150 stacks of bash, then we do a special 3. So that is the thing. So yeah, a pretty versatile character. I like that, that she can deal damage in multiple ways, with basics, with specials, everything. So it's like a complete package, you can say. The only problem with her is that she cannot bypass immunities, which Superman can do, which is a great thing. But that is okay, because if you have, like, if she was able to bypass immunities, she would be like very strong, which again it's not really required. She is fine like this. But anyways, so yeah, so now I think so, yeah, now you can see, now when I will do the special 3 after getting 150 stacks of bash, she did not do any damage, like the damage did not register somehow, I don't know, like you can see. So yeah, 150 stacks done now. Okay, look at that, we did the special 3, but there no damage at all, like 0 damage, literally 0 damage. So that's a bug. I don't know if like other players also encounter it or something, or it's just me or something, I don't know. But yeah, that special actually gave me a scare, and I had to then build a little bit of stacks and then do a special 3 again, but we finally killed him. That is not a problem. But yeah, that's a bug that I have encountered. This is the second time I have encountered this bug, and today it could have almost costed me a fight here, but it's fine. So yeah, like if other players are also experience it, like if you guys are experience it, you can just let me know in the comments maybe. Yeah, but I have been experiencing it. Like this is the second time I did. Anyways, let's move to the next fight. So next up we have Joker here with again the permanent hazards. Some of them will power drain you, so the simple thing is that you just use John Stewart Green Lantern in your team, because he gives you immunity from secondary hazard effects, as power drain is a secondary hazard effect. Primary hazard effect is dealing damage, and so power drain becomes secondary, and he will just provide you immunity to the power drain there. So yeah, again it's not really that required John here, because once you activate puppet, those hazards are not going to affect you really. The only thing is, until you activate puppet, it's a headache for you, because if you keep losing power continuously, then activating puppet becomes difficult, and then you can't really play the fight well. So just for that ease of playing, you can just use a John Stewart Green Lantern there and not worry about it at all. So that's what we do. And yeah, then he's dead quickly as usual, you know. So yeah, that was it. And then let's move to the next fight then. So next fight I think will be the last fight of this video, I guess. Yeah, this is the last fight of the video, and we will be fighting Reverse Flash. So this guy is a little bit annoying, you know, especially with the class change thing, because once he changes class he staggers you, and he also like interrupts your specials or whatever you are doing, so that's a problem. And but we do have Batwoman the Drowned team left, so we are going to use it there. And yeah, so he will also be dead quite comfortably. So we will have Darkseid left for the last day of the season actually. So we will kill him and get the 5th key tomorrow, or I should say in the next video, because it's not really tomorrow. Like, I'm recording the video sometime after playing, you know. So like, for me it's not really tomorrow. For you guys I think it will be tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he's also, and I think so the another thing is that his attacks can't be disabled, I guess. Yeah, I think this guy also has that stun, freeze and attack disable immunity like every other boss in this solo raid, bro. Like, it's just bad, but I mean it's fine because he's blinded, so it doesn't really matter. That's one advantage of using this team, because whenever you have puppet in the team, like, the enemy is just going to be blinded, and then yeah, they just can't do anything, and you can just kill them quite comfortably. Yeah, here I think we have lost blind, but we got it back fine. Yeah, that is the only thing. The staggering thing that he is doing is sometimes interrupting my specials, and that might cause problems, but it's not a big deal because I mean we can still keep the puppet active pretty comfortably, and the damage we are dealing is also pretty nice. I think it's around 28 million per second, which is not bad. We are going to kill him comfortably. Yeah, and he is blinded for the most part, so it doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal really. So this is the last part of the video, and I think I don't have anything more to speak. So yeah, let's meet in the next video where we will be killing Darkseid first, getting the key number 5, and then we will continue to do a few fights in the tier 1 of the next heroic mode. I think I am in heroic 7, so not really a next heroic mode, but anyways. So yeah, thank you very much, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.